I don't know what's going on with my page today, but apparently the forces that be want to keep giving me videos about people debating about abortion. So let me make something very clear. My two youngest kids never should have been born. Shouldn't have even had a chance to be born. Because whenever I had my oldest, I almost died. Okay? Almost died. Had me on oxygen, took me in for an emergency C-section. He got stuck in my birth canal. And was losing oxygen, so he almost died. And then everything else going on, I almost died. So I had an epidural, so I shouldn't have felt any pain, and I was feeling all the pain. Okay. But what does that have to do with abortion? Pregnancy literally kills women. Okay? And if a woman's body cannot actively take care of that fetus, then why should she be forced to carry that baby and potentially risk her own life? If a girl is raped, and I'm going to say girl because we're talking like ages 14 to 45, okay? If a young woman or a teenager is raped and a pregnancy is conceived, should she be forced to even have that baby? And if she's forced to have that baby, does she then have to co-parent with the rapist? That would then turn into another form of abuse by the rapist. Do you understand that? Because now the rapist is going to use the fact that he has to see his victim every fucking week whenever they are, or however often visitation is. He's going to see what has happened physically, mentally, and emotionally to his victim because he chose to rape her. So is that? So should abortions be illegal? No. Are there reasons that somebody might want to get an abortion? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Besides the fact that I couldn't afford any more kids, my tubes had to be tied. Because if I had another child, I was risking my actual life. I don't think any woman, any girl, any child should have to be put through that. Okay? So a few years ago, there was a 10-year-old that got pregnant in another state. And this is whenever all the abortion bans were starting to happen. And my state hadn't put an abortion ban in place yet. They have now, which really kind of sucks. But they had to bring her from another state so that she could get the medical care she needed so she didn't die. Okay? And then they took her back home. And then the doctor here got in trouble because he didn't file a DCS case. But he didn't think he needed to since there was already an open investigation in her home state. So I don't know whatever came of that. And then let's talk about Miss Smith, who's currently on a ventilator. While her body is being forced to be medically cared for and kept alive because she was 9 weeks pregnant when she went into the hospital. Okay, she is dead. They have a death certificate. Okay, the baby is not going to make it. If she would have died outside of the hospital, okay, if she wouldn't have went to the hospital and she would have died at home, where she should have died because but there happened to be somebody else there and was able to get her to a hospital. Her family is now forced to watch her dead body be kept on ventilators for a baby that isn't going to survive more than a few days outside of the womb. So, should abortions be allowed? Absolutely. Is this world fucking nuts? Yes.